Welcome back, everybody. So I am saying goodbye to one of my new favorite campsites out here in the Oregon Dunes, just south of Florence, Oregon. I've had my own little private lagoon here for a few days. I've had bears. I had bear tracks out there. I had a deer visitor last night at some point, and it's been wonderful. But today I'm going to go out and explore the Smith River. There's actually two Smith Rivers in Oregon. The first one is actually my favorite river ever. It runs through the redwoods in California. The North Fork starts in Oregon. That is the best tasting water ever, and I love the redwoods. And it's both Smith Rivers are named after Jedediah Smith, who I'm also named after. Good job, Mom and Dad. That ended up being an appropriate name for me. He was an 1800s mountain man. He was a fur trapper and an explorer, and just general badass. Got his ear bitten off by a bear. Total badass dude. And yeah, so Jedediah Smith State Park in Northern California was also named after him, and it's one of my favorite places on earth ever. I love it. But today we're gonna explore the Oregon Smith River, which is a tributary of the Umpqua River, which exits in Reedsport, Oregon, into the Pacific Ocean. This is a tributary of that, so it's between the Siuslaw River and the Umpqua. It's where all the water drains down. Ton of BLM land, so there should be a ton of really cool camping right on the river, and this road just runs straight along the river for a long ways. So I'm gonna go out and explore it and see what I can find, see if I can find some awesome campsites, see whatever else I can find. Look at this architecture. So I stopped in Reedsport real quick and stocked up on supplies. I guess there is a heat wave coming to the Portland area where I was gonna head back to tonight, but maybe I'll stay and camp out here. Look, they have a video store. That is so cool. You don't see video stores very often anymore. So, man, I love small towns so much. People are so much more polite and courteous and friendly and calm. So this is an old grange that looks like it's still in use. There's someone parked up there, and it's right across from the river here. I was going by and that old building looked pretty cool, so I wanted to just show that real quick and kind of show the area and just get out and stretch a little bit and breathe in the beautiful air out here. Man, it feels good. All right, here we go. We've run into this sign talking about how this is a timber access road system. Beyond this point, I expect, well, let's look at the map. Yeah, beyond this point, there's a ton of BLM land. It's up a little farther. To the left is Siuslaw National Forest. To the right is Devil's Staircase Wilderness. And then after that, just a ton of BLM land. Look at all this BLM land everywhere. And there's all kinds of roads that go all over the place out here where they harvest timber and have multiple campgrounds, and a lot of them have bathrooms. No other, no water, no electrical, nothing like that. Wow, look at this old bando house. We got a really old barn. Man, this was big money at one point. Old boat out there, cool. This area right here reminds me of Highway 199 through Southern Oregon and into Northern California on the California Smith River, where you have all the rocks on one side and the river on the other. I gotta admit, Highway 199 is one of the most beautiful, windy highways I've ever been on, and it's definitely prettier than this, but this is really, really a nice drive. I'm kind of shocked to see this, but we have a little grocery store up here. Smith River Grocery and Tavern. And they have a bunch of signs. They have a bunch of firewood for sale, but I just saw a sign that said fire ban in effect. Oh wow, we got a ton of houses up here. There's a mobile home park. Wow. I did not expect to see this. Man, what a great place to live up here. So this is the Fawn Creek rec area. There are some little campsites down here right next to the river. It looks like we got an old fifth wheel down here. So is that abandoned or someone living out of that? It's hard to tell. Sometimes it's really hard to tell. But that is an area where you can camp. Wow, look at this. They have their own suspension bridge. That is so cool. All right, I just found a really cool little waterfall, and I don't know if I'll be able to see it up ahead. Look at this beautiful river. See, this reminds me of the Smith River in California down here. Look at that beautiful waterfall, man. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. Looks like there's some people down there. So I'm gonna keep going up the road. I'll bet I can find somewhere that I can have all to myself. Man, what a beautiful place. And the smell of this particular forest is like sweet. Look at these rocks. This is so cool. I just, spur of the moment last night, decided to come up here and check this place out. I was just looking at Onyx Off-Road and iOverlander at different places, and there was a campsite up here somewhere that I found on iOverlander, and I was like, oh man, there's all kinds of BLM land up here and all kinds of cool campsites. So here I am. So I just went by the Smith River campground. It's really easy to miss. It's just after the waterfall off to the right, really easy to miss. They had, like, it looked like every spot there was full and had campers there. It looked really small. They have vault toilets there, and it's right on the beautiful Oregon Smith River. So I'm gonna keep going up, man. I've got quite a ways to go till I get to the end, and just keep looking out for cool spots and taking note and finding cool places, man. This is awesome. Here's another place called Smith River Campground, which I think is, I think this one's private. It looks like it, and it's much bigger. Yeah, this is on private property. This is a private campground. There's like nobody there. How weird. I'll bet they do some type of summer camp or something down here. They probably charge money. That's why everybody goes to the free BLM campsite. It looks like they got at least 40 sites down there though. Got another house down here. Beautiful old wooden house right on the river. Oh my God, that would be so cool to live in. Just found this little pull off on the side of the road. And there's a nice little little baby waterfall down here. So I'm gonna take a break and just get out and go check it out and enjoy it for a few minutes. Oh, I didn't even notice this. Something down there. Oh, it's a tent. It's a nice little campsite. Someone left this tent, canvas tent. It's an old Coleman and all the stakes. I wonder if they're coming back for it. I'm gonna leave it because someone might come back for it. But little fire pit with some socks in it. This would be a nice place to camp. Got the little waterfall down there. This ain't bad. Oh, look at those fish. Oh my God. There's so many. Of course, people gotta carve stuff into rocks. I guess you could say the same thing about all the... It's kind of funny. I think like petroglyphs are really cool because it's like a glimpse into the past. But I think like people carving the date in their names into rocks like this is graffiti. They're really the same thing. It's just a different amount of time has passed by. But yeah, anyway, look at all these rocks, man. This is so much like the Smith River in California. This is really cool. It's cool they have the same name. I'm gonna see what's down here. So if I had better water shoes on, I could very carefully cross that. Look at all that algae though. That looks really slippery. Beautiful. So I lost phone service a long time ago on this little blue dot. This is iOverlander. This is the campsite that I found on there a while back. This particular spot I'm at right now would be great for a van, man. A van could totally make it down here. And here it is. Oh, someone's got goats for sale. Vincent Creek campground. Looks like someone's down there. It's a single site where a single person could camp out, so you get your own bathroom, and it looks like there's more campsites down here where people are staying. This is a pretty cool little area. Oh wow, they got an old abandoned house down there that's all fenced off. Look at that, that's cool. So there's a bridge here and I'm off the main road. There's quite a few tents down here. There's a lot of people camping out. Here's the Smith River. Oh, there's people floating down there. Cool. So let's see what's down here. It looks like we're gonna end up in some BLM land. Yeah, there's a lot more people up here than I expected. But everybody's cool, man. You can tell who's a local and who's not. The locals all wave at you when you go by them. It's super cool. This is Vincent Creek Road, and yeah, it leads up to a bunch of BLM land. And there's probably a ton of campsites up there. I'm gonna get turned around and get back on the main road. My goal was to stick kind of to the main road and explore some of the offshoots, but judging by this map, I could drive for hours up here and explore different spots. Yeah, I'm gonna get back on the main road and go farther up. I wanna see if I can get to the end of this road. Here's a bridge that leads to a BLM road. Unfortunately, it looks like it's the gate's closed, but this doesn't seem like a bad spot to get out and do a little bit of exploring. There's a sign up there too. I wonder what that says. Look at that beautiful river, man. Oh, it's beautiful out here. Something Roseburg. What is this, a logging company that owns this land up until it gets to the BLM? Area open for all non-motorized use. Fire level 2 or higher. We're not at level 2. Why is the gate closed? Huh. Well, there's a lot of that. Ooh, look at all these nettles. Someone used that as a bathroom. Oh, what a peaceful place. The birds singing and just the gentle breeze through all the leaves. And you can hear the river just gently wisping by. What a nice place to be. All right, well, I'm gonna keep going up and keep seeing what I can find. That road that I turned down where all the campsites were, I spent a couple more minutes on Onyx Off-Road, and there are a ton of spots up there, assuming there's no gates. But it looked like there were just a ton of campsites up there. And look at that beautiful water. What a special place. I'm so glad I decided to come out here. It really just smells and feels amazing out here. And we've gotten far enough away from the coast where the marine layer's gone, so the sky is nice and blue. There's not all those clouds. It's nice. Here's another BLM road that is gated off. I've seen quite a few of them now. Hopefully as I get farther up, I'll find some that are open. So I just pulled over because I saw this massive Doug fir. Look at the size of this frickin' tree. This is something you expect to see in the redwoods. Look at the size of this thing. All right, so I wanted to set the camera down and zoom in a little bit so I can give you a better idea of the size of this tree. I'm 5'8", like 135 pounds. I'm a small dude, but look at this thing. It's massive. Huge freaking tree. Look at that. Oh, God, it's just a gargantuan. Absolute gargantuan. And there's so much life happening up in the canopy. Amazing. Gotta love it. So it's really easy to miss offshoot roads down here. If you've got an off-road app, you want to leave that loaded and really pay attention and take your time. So I found this bridge and I don't see a gate. And we're on BLM land, so look, the river's right there. So let's go down here and explore a little bit. I mean, you could just park right here. That would be an okay spot. And yeah, and we're in BLM land right now. So I'm just gonna drive up here a little ways, and I don't want to get too overgrown with dried grass. All this grass looks wet and healthy. It's very real that the bottom of your vehicle gets hot, and when you park on dry grass, it can catch on fire. Driving over it probably won't unless it's super dry, but you don't want to park on dry grass in you know, a fire-prone area, that's for sure. Oh yeah, really small stream. It's just a barely trickling down there. This is not the safest place to be in the world, but it is a place to be. Huh. I could fill up my water out of that. Okay. Let me get off of this sketchy log with my probably, I don't know what this camera's worth with this lens, probably $3,000. Just flailing around. Cool. I'm gonna keep going, see if I find a better spot. We got some sticks out in the road that I could just run over, but I would hate to risk damaging anything, so I'm just gonna move these out of the way. Looks like someone else has just ran over these. This also might be someone camped up here and they put these out here to, like, in hopes that someone would just turn around. Ow, that hurt. But it's not obviously that, so I'm gonna imagine that it's not that. This is probably just a tree that died that fell out in the road. So I'm just going farther and farther and farther up the hill, and there has not been anywhere to pull over or set up camp or anything. I'm getting farther and farther away from the water, so I don't think this is an area where I want to camp. I'd rather be down closer to the water where I can refill my water container. I've probably got 2 gallons left in there, and then I've got my 2 emergency gallons. But I think I'm going to find a decent spot to turn around and head back down. But this just goes endlessly into BLM land. Like, there is definitely a place up here somewhere to pull over, but I want to get farther up the main road and keep exploring up there and see what else I can find. So I'm gonna find a spot to turn around. All right, I just found another spot on the side of the road that I almost missed. And this spot goes down right next to the river. Oh my God, look how nice this is. Look, there's a little trail down to the river. And there's a nice, clean fire pit. Oh, wow. This is exactly what I had in mind. It's a little closer to the road than I would have chosen, but traffic up. Oh, listen to those birds. Oh, there's so much life out here. Look, there's no garbage. There's hardly any traffic out here. There's a little bit of garbage, but we can clean that up. It's not a great tent site for my big 10x10. There's a trail back here that I'm assuming people use for a bathroom, so we'll skip that. Oh, you know what? Right here would be perfect for the tent. That'd be absolutely perfect. And I could back the 4Runner in and park about right here, and it'd be kind of hard for people to block me in. It's one thing I think about when I park. I try to park tactically and be in a place right of no unauthorized cutting. Okay, that's about firewood. I try to park in a way where it's almost one of these things that's almost impossible, but it just gives me a little bit of comfort. If I park in such a way where somebody can't just block me in. I've heard stories of that happening to people where they're out camping in the middle of the nowhere and someone parked and blocked them in, and it hasn't been nefarious in the stories that I've heard. It's just been inconsiderate people. But look, there's been a lot of people here. I can see why. What a beautiful campsite. Oh man. I could just set up my chair down here and just hang out in the shade and edit videos and relax. How's this water feel? Ooh, it's kind of warm. It's warmer than you would think. This is wonderful. Absolutely. Oh, this is great. So we're in the lowest level fire danger right now. It's still really early summer, and we had some rain recently, which I'm assuming it rained here too. It's nice to be right next to the paved road and not like way back in the forest where if there is a fire you might get blocked in. So I've got the main road just right here, so that's kind of comforting as well. That's another thing I think about a lot when I'm out camping. And you know, if you're way back in the woods in the Pacific Northwest and a storm rolls through, it's very likely that some trees fall. The stick is moving. A bird must have landed on it. See how the stick's wiggling ever so slightly? Look at that. Anyway, if you're way back in the forest and a storm comes in, it's really common for trees to fall and block you in. So it's good to be in a spot where that doesn't happen. Look at how these rocks are just eroding, and it's like perfect layers of clay that have hardened. Where is it? Kind of looks like there might be a den back up in there for something. It's hard to see. It looks like there's a little cave back there. I wonder if a little raccoon or something lives back here. Let's see if we can find any prints. Dog. I can't tell what that is. Dog. Human. Dog. Yeah, it looks like someone was just camping down here with their dog. I don't see any other wildlife. It looks like you can hike down this way. Oh, wow. Wow, a little waterfall. Oh, this is cool. Look at that. That spring just comes right out of the ground. Awesome. I wonder if this is above ground in some areas. I might be staying here, guys. This is a pretty rad campsite. Oh, rough-skinned newt. Look at that guy. Oh, dragonfly. Yeah, you can hike up here quite a ways. Oh, there's all kinds of exploring to do out here. Wow. Okay, I've got a decision to make. Do I keep exploring and try to top this? Or do I stake my claim and call this home for the next few days to avoid the heat in Portland and skip out on work, and then just probably work for like 2 weeks in a row and just grind out some money so I don't get behind financially? Which I guess that's separate from choosing this spot or finding a different one, but it is a dilemma that I currently face. What a beautiful, oh, there's fish. What a beautiful river. Oh, there's lots of fish. Look at that. Look at those guys. Little trout everywhere. And newts everywhere too. Oh, there's another one. Cool, I'm gonna hang out here for a little bit and make up my mind. Look at how bright red this crawfish is. That is the brightest, reddest one I've ever seen. And we got another newt down here. Look at this guy. Look at that dude, man. Wow. So there's only two, ooh, I got a spider web on there. There's only two issues with this spot. One is I looked on Onyx Off-Road and it looks like there's another spot right up there, which may be occupied, and I'd like to know if someone's there, and if so, get an idea of if they're a safe person to be around or not. Sometimes you find, you know, rundown RVs that have meth labs in them and sketchy people out in the woods, and I want to make sure I'm not parked next to them. The second is I have no phone service. I just heard something. I have no phone service and I can't get my Starlink to connect. There's just too many trees. So, and I gotta do some online work, and I want to have phone service tonight. I think I'm gonna head farther up the road and see what I can find. I can always come back here if I need to just forget about the phone service thing. There's more road to go. I can go up a lot farther. It ends up going all the way up here. Yeah, I think I can go all the way to I-5 from here. So yeah, bummer. This was almost perfect, almost. So here's a spot right up the road and nobody here. So that's good. There is Starlink service here. There's enough open sky. I wonder if there's any lizards or snakes on those rocks. That's a nice place for snakes. I mean, that spot is just right down there. I could walk to there. See if there's any trails going down to the river. This is like a staging area, and this is not somewhere I want to set up a tent. I'll let people come out here and skeet shoot. So another thing that's good to know if I was going to camp at that other spot is there's a place that people like to come and target practice. Yeah, I don't want to camp here. This is wide open, and I mean, I've got plenty of open sky, but I think I can do better than this. So speaking of Jedediah Smith, when he was out with his group of people exploring out here, they got attacked by the natives. Jedediah wasn't there at the time, and most of them got killed. And he got away, and another guy got away and ended up in Tillamook. But that's interesting. And he eventually got killed by the Comanche when he was 32 years old. So he was pretty young, which is probably like the average age back then, which is crazy to think about. We live to so old now, and with all these crazy gene editing technologies that are coming out, and AI doctors and stuff, our life expectancy is about to rapidly accelerate and get much longer. I have hope that there will be a cure for cancer during our lifetime. I wouldn't be surprised if it's already been found and it got suppressed or something. Who knows? There's no way to know that, but I wouldn't be surprised. But with all these new AI doctors and stuff coming out, man, I would not be shocked at all. Wow, all of a sudden clear cut. Jeez, man, those are some steep hills. Look at how steep those are. That is wild. All right, looks like I can go back about 42 miles to Reedsport, or keep going that way 48 miles to Eugene. And this is actually a different road. This is the road I was on turns into this one, which is kind of confusing. Smith River Road. So yeah, Weatherly Creek Road is 8 miles, and there's another highway in 21 miles. So I'm gonna keep going up this way. I've got a half tank of gas. That gives me, you know, realistically 150 miles. So I've got plenty of gas to get anywhere I want to go. We've got another clear cut area right here, which I wouldn't mind camping like just like on the edge of the clear cut. Ooh, what is that down there? Oh, that's private property. That won't work. Okay, but right up here we've got some BLM land up and around this corner. So I'll see if I can find a spot up there. Here's the little slice of BLM, and it doesn't look like there's gonna be a good spot to camp down here. This is some really dense canopy, man. But there's plenty more coming up. So I've got plenty more chances to find the perfect campsite. But look at this, we got a little trail down here. Maybe there's a little spot that's open that will work. Let's see what we find. There's a tent site. Most of the campers I've seen out here have RVs, and they would not be coming down a spot like this. Most likely. They'd have to back in, it'd be tough. We got a fire pit. The tent would be great right there. We're in the shade. No way I'm getting Starlink here. But I just had that thought about taking it down by the river, and maybe there's a spot down here where I could. I also need to check and see if I have phone service. Oh, this isn't bad. It's not as nice as the one I had before, but this one actually has a little bit of trash in the... Somebody's down here smoking them dang old Marlboros. Dang old Marlboro cigarettes. Yeah, this isn't the one. I'm gonna mark this though, because this is pretty cool, but it's not the one. Here's a gravel pit that has a fire ring. Let's check it out real quick while we're here. This is gravel pits. Usually a lot of people like to come up and shoot here because they make really nice backdrops. Or backstops. And that definitely happens here. We got a little fire ring. We've got some open sky. There's not a ton of traffic up here. Oh man, this could actually kind of work. Whoa! Whoa, it smells like mint. So, oh dude, there's mint growing out here. Wow, it's like overpowering mint smell. That's amazing. Yeah, we got some 2 cycles, some chainsaw. Oh, lizard! I found a lizard. It's a western fence lizard. Look at that dude. He's chill. I can't believe I found a lizard. And I can't believe he's just sitting there. He's just hanging out. I'm gonna leave him alone. Man, that mint smell is like overbearing. Look at this, we got a little trail back here. And the mandatory toilet paper. And the mandatory bucket. What a bunch of jarks. Man, I mean this is okay. This works. Man, that mint smell is like opening up my airways. It's amazing how strong that is. I've never smelt it that strongly. River is down there. I'm gonna keep going. This would work. I've got enough sky. I could probably get Starlink. I'm gonna mark this on the map, and maybe I'll come back here if there's nothing else. I kind of want to drive up that gravel and see if I can get stuck. All right, let's see what happens. Oh, I hit in the back. I'm so stupid. Ugh. Oh, now I gotta crawl back up there. Let's see my departure angle. Oh man, I love being stupid sometimes. That's fun. Okay, let's get out of here. Oh, this is what it's like getting into a real jacked up truck. There we go. Yoink. Man, maybe a rear bumper wouldn't be so bad either, so I can get a better departure angle. I've thought about how nice it would be to get rid of the ladder and go back to OEM struts, because those struts won't work if I take off the ladder, and get a rear bumper that, you know, stops up here and is farther in, and back here is higher, and it has a single swing that comes across with a giant box that I could mount my diesel heater inside of. I could carry extra fuel in there, extra chemicals and stuff, anything that I don't want on the inside or locked in those boxes up there, and be able to store a bunch of stuff back there. I think that would be cool. Have like a metal box that's like right here and right here, and when you swing it out, it could have a fold down table, and have a big fold down table, and have it be able to lock like this way, or have it be able to lock out here and have that big fold down table. That would be pretty sweet. It would have to be like made out of tubes, and it would have to be aluminum, so it's really light, which means that it would have to be really expensive. This would probably be like $3,000, $4,000, maybe even $5,000 to have made. And I've never seen anything like what I have in my head, or anything exactly like what I have in my head, so it would have to be custom made. I'd have to have somebody fab it up for me, because I don't have the skills to do something like that. All right, I found another little offshoot that goes down by the river. No idea if anyone's down here or not. I can't really see, which I kind of like that it's this private. Oh, and it's got some deep ruts. Cool. So only 4-wheel drives can come down here. That's cool. Well, I guess you could take a two-wheel drive down here, but would you really want to risk it? You know? For most people, that's a no. And this is something I probably should have walked down first, because I don't know how crazy this is going to get. I see a bucket, which doesn't mean that there's someone down here, but it means someone was down here who was not respectful of the land. All right, nobody's down here. That's cool. And I sincerely doubt that I'm gonna be able to Starlink, and I've got no phone service. Man, that's an issue for me. That's a big issue for me. This spot's really easy to miss. Yeah, no way. Do you dare me to look in the poop bucket? Oh, it's empty. It's a brand new bucket. It's got a couple holes in it on the side. That's weird. That mint smell's gone. I don't smell it at all down here. Nice private little beach. This ain't too bad. It's kind of open enough. Oh, look, a vulture. It's kind of open enough down here where I might be able to set the satellite here and point it up that way and get service. I'm not sure. This isn't so bad though. Got a little babbling brook down here. What did I just touch? I instantly got itchy when I touched that. Oh, is this the mint? I don't know. Is this the mint smell I've been smelling? That plant? Whoa, look at this old chair. This old toilet chair. There's the seat. Let's see what's down here. Yeah. This looks like it's probably, yeah, this is just gonna be a latrine trail, I think. Probably goes down to the water. Yeah, this one's no bueno, dude. I gotta wash my hands. I'm gonna take a picture of that plant that I touched, because my hand is instantly like itching like crazy, and I want to know what plant that is that I am definitely allergic to. It was this one. It looks like it's some kind of flowering plant. It almost looks like a rose bush. Huh. I don't know what this is. Look, it's got a little bud right there. As soon as I touched it, my hand just like instantly, it's not red or anything. This is the same plant here. I don't know what that is, man. I'm gonna wash my hands real quick though, because I am like fired up in that area. Wow, look at this. They clear cut up there and there was a big slide. Look at this. This all slid down the mountain. That's what happens when you clear cut on these steep hills, man. There's all the plants die and the roots disintegrate and there's nothing holding anything together. Looks like we had some bushcrafting going on down here. So that looks like a spot where you can pull over. We got some pretty nice ruts down here. Good spot for me to get stuck with my lowly 31s. Wow, this is nice and in the shade. This would be a good spot for multiple people, man. If you had a bunch of people, this would be great. Look, it goes right down to the river. Oh, man, too bad this canopy is so close. And still no phone service. God, this is killing me. I'm finding all these epic spots. But at least you guys know now, if you're on the Central Coast and looking for a place to camp, this is an awesome spot. Let's walk down here. It looks like there's a giant fallen tree right next to the river. Let's take a look. Yeah, there's been quite a few people down here. We're only one person since the last rain. Oh wow, look. Someone cut a hole through the middle of it. It made stairs. Oh my God, look at this. How awesome is that? Awesome, awesome chainsaw skills, whoever did that. Great idea. Oh, this is so nice down in the shade. What a nice spot to be when it's really hot in the summer. The next couple months are gonna be June and July. Those are the hottest months. I guess August too. So this will be a nice spot to be. All right, I'm at another crossroads. So Smith River keeps going to the left. Looks like I'll eventually end up at Highway 38 in about 37 miles. I can go straight to Highway 38, which will either take me to Reedsport or to I-5 down by Cottage Grove. Whoa, check this out. There's an old bridge. Whoa. Okay, I'm getting out and taking a look here. This looks cool. Wow, super still water. Jeez, dude. Wow, look, that crawdad's down there eating up all the crawdad claws. There's just a million of them. Somebody must have been catching them out here or something, I don't know. Or maybe there's just a million of them living under here. Wouldn't be surprised if there's a trap. It'd be a good place. Huh. Let's see what's up here. This is super overgrown. Tell you one thing, there's no Starlink out here. That's the one issue with that Starlink is you gotta have open sky. Huh. I don't know how far up that goes. Could be for forever. This is kind of cool though. Yeah, I could set up my tent back here, but once again, there's just no sky. That's really, I'm getting kind of tempted to just drive back to that really amazing spot I found with the memorials and see if I can just take the Starlink down by the river and make it work. Yeah, this was an old logging road at one time they put in this bridge for. It's just super overgrown. It'd be kind of cool to camp on a bridge. I wonder if I could do it right here. I've never camped on a bridge before. That actually sounds kind of rad. Yeah, there's this little pull off right here, but crawdad swam away. Yeah, maybe I'll pull it out and just I'm getting a little nervous because if my phone loses service, I don't have maps downloaded out here. So maybe I'll pull up a little bit and get into the open area and see if I can get connected and download some maps. That would put my mind at ease. I don't want to be out in the middle of nowhere and suddenly not be able to know where I'm at. Well, I'm about half out of water. And this is the perfect place to fill up. So yeah, I was able to get Starlink hooked up enough to download all the online maps I need to get me back to I-5, the main freeway that'll take me back to the Portland area. And I'm deciding if I want to just stay here tonight or if I want to keep exploring. I've still got plenty of time and plenty of places that might be excellent campsites. I've never stayed, I'm gonna get my knee pad. I've never stayed on a bridge before, so that's interesting. I rarely ever use this thing, but when I need it, it is so nice to have. I'm getting older, dude. Using knee pads. This is not something I did when I was a little kid. So this, man, I hope I don't take in a fish. There's all kinds of baby fish down here. This jerry can has a built-in filter and it'll purify any water. And drinking out of rivers is the best tasting water you can drink. But Normally you don't want to drink all the amoebas and bacteria and all kinds of fish crap and whatever else is in there. And this makes it safe and delicious. It's a little easier when it's deeper, but we'll make do with what we got. There we go. I think I got all the air out. Yeah, that'll do. There we go. Yeah, my hernia is fully healed now. All those times of picking up the tent and lift it, it's only like 30 pounds, but when you pick up something off the ground and lift it over your head, that's where, you know, if I still had a hernia, that's where it would like really like suck. And picking up stuff like that, I mean, what is 5 gallons of water? How much does that weigh? I forget how much a gallon of water weighs, but it doesn't bother me anymore. I'm fully healed now. It's amazing. All right, this spot's really cool, and it is now marked on Onyx Off-Road, so I can come back here. This would be a great spot if it's really hot out, just because it's literally like on top of the water. So you've got that cool air flowing through all night long. But I've got a feeling there's something even cooler out there, so I'm gonna keep looking. That's always the hard part. You know, you find something that's like a 7 out of 10 and you're like, oh, I bet there's an 8. You know what I mean? And the other thing about this spot is there's this pull off right here where people are likely to just pull through here, and then they're right there at your campsite. And maybe they want to explore that bridge. Yeah, I might be in someone's way, and I just feel like I'm kind of just in someone's way or something, you know? So I'm gonna keep going, see what else I can find. I'm got to be getting towards the top of the coastal range here, and once I get down on the Willamette Valley side, maybe I'll get cell service and I won't have to worry. Oh, there's a little rabbit. Look at this little rabbit, little tiny guy. Oh my god, he's tiny. Awesome. Oh, there he goes. Jeez, dude, make up your mind. Good god. So anyway, once I get on the Willamette Valley side, I'll bet I'll get phone service. And I gotta have something, because I gotta be able to upload these videos. And there's one I want to release that I gotta get all the links for and set all the metadata and everything. So yeah. Oh, while I was down there on that bridge, a bald eagle swooped through and swooped right by me. I couldn't get to my camera in time, so I missed it, but it was pretty rad. He went like right over the top of me. I don't think I've ever been that close to one. It was really cool. Found another old logging bridge, and the gate has been removed. Look at that. It'd probably be a smart idea when I come across these old abandoned bridges to get out and look and make sure they look structurally sound before I cross over them in my home. But I don't. Or I haven't. So it's a little overgrown down here. I have my doubts about it. Looks like we're gonna have a little water crossing too. Oh wow. That can't be that deep. I don't have, I need to get dip breathers for this thing so I can do water crossings deeper than a few inches. Oh, there's that smell again. Wow, this is actually the stream crossing the, that gets a little deep, and this is sand. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna pass on this without diff breathers and being by myself. Someone's gone through there. Yeah, I'm gonna play it safe. There's a time to risk it all, and there's a time not to, and I feel like this is a time not to. There's probably like the most epic campsite ever just on the other side of this. I need to get those diff breathers, but I don't want to. I think I would go over the, you know, basically I can't go over this point because there's axle breathers like right on top the diff, I guess. And if you get a bunch of water in there, that's not good. And I definitely don't want to do that. So yeah, I'm gonna back out of this one, but it is an interesting find for sure. All right, I just saw a guy that said there's a big tree up here that fell across the road, and he doesn't have a saw and there's no way to get through. So I'm gonna have to turn around. That's a bummer, but yeah, another reason to get a dang chainsaw. So that was cool of him to wave me down and let me know. That was very cool of him. So, bummer. I wanted to follow this road all the way out to Eugene eventually and take it to I-5. And I'm almost to the 28-mile mark. I think I'm at like 32 or something, somewhere in there. So, yeah, gonna get turned around. This might be the end of this video because I think this is gonna be a pretty long one, and the whole point of what I wanted to do was just explore a road and see what kind of campsites were on it. So yeah, either this is the end or this isn't the end and I'm continuing when I find a campsite, or end up going back to town because I need phone service so I can finish my video. So thanks for watching, everybody. See you next time. Look who's just standing out in the road. What are you doing out in the road?